60 balanced characters. Except for like Charizard and Donkey Kong. Sorry guys. I'm Gamer, and, well, it's no secret to anybody that the Wii U, it's pretty much dead now. Now the Switch is coming up, I thought it'd be kind of fun to kind of look back at all the Wii U titles that have been coming out over the years and kind of rank them in a top 10 of which ones were just my favorite to play through. This could be completely different than your opinion. You may love one game over another. I'm just saying, hey, you know what, these are the ones I have the most fondest memories with, and ones that definitely deserve some sort of shout out on this list. So, without further ado, let's get started. So number 10 is Yoshi's Woolly World. Now this game had a rough kind of development cycle. It looked totally different when we first saw it, like Epic. It looked more like Epic Yarn, and then eventually got a more different art style. It took forever to come out. It went out in all other territories besides America and finally came out. But I still really enjoyed this game. The two-player co-op was so much fun to play through. It was really similar to Epic Yarn, where it was less cooperative, where it was more just trying to hinder each other and just go crazy. Yes, of course, the levels probably weren't designed for two players, but I had a blast with that game anyways, and the graphics look amazing. It also had a giant array of amiibo support, being compatible with almost every figure, so that was definitely pretty cool too. So number 9 is Super Mario 3D World. Now, okay, me personally, I've never been the biggest fan of 2D Marios. I've still enjoyed it, but I've always preferred 3D Mario over 2D Mario. That being said, I still don't think, obviously, this game is a 3D Mario, but this game actually got me interested in the 2D Mario formula. That's the point I was trying to make. And again, playing this multiplayer is so much fun. I played through the entire game, 2 players, and I've many times gone back and played with 3, even 4 people. And just the crazy madness that goes on during it is so much fun and ridiculous, and it's a ton of fun. Yes, it's not a traditional 2D Mario. Yes, it's not a, expansive 3D Mario we wanted, but I still really enjoyed this gameplay. However, of course, the game coming on Switch, I definitely don't want it to be the same game as this. I still enjoyed my time with it, and the music, the soundtrack, oh my gosh, Super Bell Hill is such a great musical soundtrack. The whole jazz rendition of all their songs. And that game, talk about having a lot of content. If you want 100% that thing, it takes forever. You gotta get all the goalposts with every character. You gotta get all 3 stars, the stamp at every single level. It's insane. And then after you get everything, there's still one level on top of that where it's this massive, huge level with no checkpoints. Super hard. I've never even unlocked that level because I literally haven't been able to get all this stuff. So I hope to actually be able to go back someday and be able to do that because I had a lot of fun with this game. And playing with friends, I highly recommend doing. Yes, it's a little bit hindering at times, but that's the fun in it. So number 8 is Super Mario Maker. Like I said before, I was never really into the 2D Marios, but I totally appreciate what Super Mario Maker has done. All the opportunities that open up to, like, first of all, it being a huge success, not only just being its game itself, and also just around the internet and word of mouth. There's still people doing gameplays of Mario Maker almost weekly at this point. It's still a huge success, and it's amazing. It almost makes me wonder, can we ever even go back to playing a normal Mario game, or a normal Super Mario Bros. Game, when we got this almost infinite Mario game, where levels will continue to be created forever until, obviously, the servers are shut down. It's so cool and creative to see what players can make and invent, and it really opened up the opportunity, potentially, of making a Maker series, where you can, I don't know, do a Zelda Maker, or Metroid Maker, which will never happen, but potentially. When it was first announced and how it was going to be like the Best Buy demo of that E3 before it came out, I didn't think it was going to be as big of a deal as it ended up being. I'm truly impressed by the lasting impression it's left on the industry. So number 7 is Hyrule Warriors. Now this game, oh my gosh, I remember when this thing was first announced, everyone was like, wait, is this a new Zelda game? Wait, it looks different. And then it became, the Dynasty Warriors game that we all know. And talk about content. That game is filled to the brim. The visuals are amazing. It gave you the ability to play so many Zelda characters that had never been possible before. And it's such a celebration of just the Zelda series and basically all games in its timeline. It was a ton of fun to play, and with all the DLC, it has hundreds of hours of content. It's a really fun game, and I actually would love to see some days, if they continue to make more Dynasty Warrior Nintendo games, perhaps even a Kid Icarus Warriors, or I guess, what would it be, Skyworld Warriors? Playing as like Magnus, or Pyro, I think that's his name, I don't know. Viridi, oh, that'd be so much fun. So number 6 is Wind Waker HD. Now this is actually one of the first games I got on the Wii U, because actually I have the Wind Waker, oh, I guess I could show you. I ended up getting the Wind Waker Edition Wii U. While this is just a remake, it changed and improved on so much. It is such a great and fresh experience, and is by far the definitive Wind Waker game. with the gamepad inventory selection. That was the first in the Zelda. Obviously, Twilight Princess used that afterwards, and potentially Breath of the Wild is going to be doing that as well. In which on this Wind Waker remake, letting you just manage your inventory with a slide of a finger. The updated visuals are breathtaking. And the little fixes and tweaks here, such as like the quick sale and everything like that, have immensely improved the game and made it such a fun experience. Especially with the pictogram box, making that take more than 3 photos, because that was ridiculous in the GameCube version. Even though I had replayed Wind Waker only like a year or so prior actually getting Wind Waker HD, I had no problem going back and playing this amazing game yet again. So now, before I get into the top 5, which it's really hard to rank these, because these are all amazing games. They are all neck and neck. But I just want to give a quick shout out to a couple of things, just about the Wii U in general and some other games, such as the internet browser. I freaking love the Wii U internet browser. By far, probably the best console gaming, like, internet browsing function, just for the fact that you can, like, use the touchscreen as a keyboard to type in web address and search stuff, being able to stream one video on the TV and another on the gamepad. I love using the internet browser on the Wii U. Honestly, I'm kind of scared to actually look at, like, you know, the play history, because it might be really high for me just for internet browser alone. Awesome feature.
Also, some shouts outs to some eShop and indie titles, like for example, Metroid Prime Trilogy on the Wii. For the low price of 20 bucks, you can get one of the best trilogy in gaming. Then of course, as far as the indie scene, you have awesome titles like Shovel Knight, Guacamelee, and Affordable Space Adventures. There's an entire library of games like Shantae, Freedom Plan, Axiom Verge. I could make an entire video dedicated to just indie titles, which I maybe might do in the future.
So anyways, now that that's out of the way, let's move on to number 5. So number 5 is Splatoon. Now when we first saw it at E3, it was an overall positive reception. Then we didn't hear about it for a while, and it came out the following year before that next E3, and it was a massive success, especially in Japan. And if you played it, it's an amazing take on the shooter genre. Heck, freaking Nintendo won, I think, Best Multiplayer and Best Shooter of that year. Splatoon is an awesome game, a totally fresh, brand new Nintendo experience. I had so much fun with it, and how they just kept bringing you more and more content throughout the coming weeks and months. Heck, that game continued to update for nearly 8 months after release. It was insane. For me personally, the Inklings fit perfectly in with the rest of Nintendo's characters and worlds. Well, it's a while back at, like, I think an investor meeting, they showed, like, basically all the Nintendo characters hanging out with, like, big Nintendo logo, and there's an Inkling there. She just fits right at home with all the other Nintendo characters. It was an amazing experience, which I actually reviewed a while back, and I cannot wait to see how this game and series is going to be expanded on in the future. It obviously had an amazing online multiplayer experience with Turf War, Splat Zones, Tower Control, capture the, what was it? The big, like, horn thing? I can't even remember what that freaking thing was called. I shoot out the giant tornadoes. So much fun, and the motion controls work so well with that game. Not only that, it had an amazing single-player campaign as well, with a lot of unique, cool ideas such as, like, little sponge squares, a little rail system, and freaking awesome boss battles. Alright, number 4 is Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Yeah, I know, it's not number 1 or 2, it's number 4, because these games are so hard. I mean, even Splatoon I wanted to put up higher. But Smash Wii U, definitively the best Smash Bros. Of all time. The biggest roster, the amazing, huge library of music. There's really so much I can say about it. The overall hype cycle going up into Smash. I mean, the reason I bought my Wii U in the first place, I'm like, well, wait, Smash is coming out next year. I'm gonna buy a Wii U now because I'm getting a Wii U for Smash Bros. Might as well get it in advance, you know? Smash Wii U is honestly what got me back into Nintendo gaming. I've always been a fan, don't get me wrong. But the hype cycle with Smash Wii U is also what inspired me to start this channel too, and just keep up to date with the rest of Nintendo news. But all that aside about the game itself, obviously, there's so many awesome additions such as 8-player Smash, tons of modes such as like Home Run, Classic, Crazy Orders, Master Orders, and then even the online modes where it's just like a for fun and for glory to give both flavors of how people want to play Smash. I know it's not a perfect game. There's still plenty of things that could have been fixed, certain tweaks here. There's no arguing that from this Smash Bros, there's really no place to go but down after this. Coming from a roster of nearly almost 50 characters, 50 balanced characters. Except for like Charizard and Donkey Kong. Sorry guys. I've had a blast playing Smash Wii U, and I plan on playing it for years and years to come. Now number 3 is Pikmin 3. Now I've always been a fan of the Pikmin series, and this is actually one of the first games I got for Wii U. And what first blew me away about this game was the visuals. Oh my goodness. The textures on the Bulborgs and the other enemies were so impressive. And then just the game itself. So the first time I played it through, I played with just the gamepad, and I still had a great experience actually. But when I went back and replayed it, it was a little bit ago. I instead used the Wiimote nunchuck and still use the gamepad to navigate with the map. And wow, my experience with that game was absolutely even better than the time before. I loved it the first time, and I was obsessed with it the second time through using the different control scheme, because the game was designed for that in mind. I didn't really know at the time. And it worked so well. Again, kind of like Smash Wii U, there are definitely some other things from the previous titles of Pikmin that I would have loved to see in 3, but still on its own, 3 is an amazing game. The bingo battle, so much fun. And then even the challenge mode with, you can play co-op with a partner. So much fun there. The story works really well too, but the gameplay by far is the biggest takeaway from this game. So number 2 is Xenoblade Chronicles X. This game really didn't get enough love that it honestly deserved. It came out last Christmas, where it was dubbed as like the worst Christmas for Nintendo because it came out with what, Amiibo Festival and Power Tennis for Wii U, and everyone's like, oh, well, they don't have a Christmas lineup this year. This is like awful. Xenoblade came and like kind of just went under the rug. The audience for it was a little smaller here in the West, and it didn't get the biggest attention from Nintendo, but still, this thing is an amazing game. I was going to review it and I ended up not doing it, but anyways, the battle system, yes, it's a little complex at first, but once you get into it and the story like just takes over and it works so well. There are so many moments where my breath was just taken away at just like the visuals and the environment, the massive creatures flying overhead. It was an amazing and immersive experience, and the story it told was truly remarkable. Now, me personally, I'm really never been the biggest JRPG fan just because I've never been really exposed to it, but I was at least open to the idea of it, and oh my god, I couldn't have enjoyed this game more. It has been it has endless hours of gameplay as well, because the amount of side quests there are practically indefinite. So much content, so much fun to have in this game. I highly recommend you picking that game up. Now finally, number 1 is Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. Now this game, I know, a little controversial. I can't even keep a straight face and do it. No, I'm kidding. Number 1 is Mario Kart 8. Now this game was so much fun for me. I love Mario Kart 8. Honestly, Mario Kart 8 is probably my favorite in the series, only with a close second being probably Mario Kart DS, and then followed probably by Double Dash. Mario Kart 8 has amazing racing physics. The visuals are outstanding. The track design is just truly impressive. Everything about this game is just awesome. Again, like the previous titles, perhaps like maybe a battle mode or a challenge mode might have improved the game, but even as Mario Kart 8 alone, as it stands, especially with the DLC, Mario Kart 8 has been an amazing experience. I honestly might almost be tempted to say I put more hours into Mario Kart 8 than maybe even Smash. I don't know, it's pretty dang close. I can at least say playing even solo Mario Kart 8 was so much fun. Mario Kart 8 was the first game for Wii U that I got right on launch day, because I was so excited for this game. I just had so much fun with Mario Kart 8, with friends and even alone. It just has to be another one. Plus, I'm pretty good at it too. But this list was really hard for me to make, especially these last 5, even 6 if you kind of count Hyrule Warriors. But before I wrap it up, there's a couple things you might notice about this list. The fact that a lot of these titles are now on other consoles. If we look at the bottom end of the list, Yoshi's Woolly World, Super Mario Maker, Hyrule Warriors, those are all on the 3DS or at least coming to. And then look at the top portion, Mario Kart 8, Super Smash Bros. Probably, and Splatoon are all coming to the Switch. So of the experiences I listed, there's only a few that looked like they might be exclusive to the Wii U, at least for now. Who knows where they might be put later. Ones I could see staying on the Wii U would be like maybe 3D World, probably Pikmin 3, and perhaps Xenoblade X, but I would really love that came to the Switch. However, I'd love to see a direct sequel to that too, so I'm fine with either. This is an amazing list of titles, but again, it's on a lot of other consoles. 3DS cases, a lot of the most definitive experiences are on the Wii U, but that doesn't really rule out that those ports could maybe even go to the Switch as well. So we'll really just see in the months to come of the Switch at the presentation coming up next January, and see whether this list gets completely validated, because you can play all these experiences elsewhere. Which is sad to say, but I've had so much fun with Wii U, and I don't regret buying it. I use it practically every day for either internet browsing, watching videos online, or playing games. I love the Wii U, and I'm going to miss seeing games for it, but I have been ready for a new experience for a while now. Anyways, I think that wraps up everything I want to say. This is my top 10 Wii U games. Let me know in the comments, what are your favorite Wii U games? Do you agree with my list? You probably have some higher than others, and let me know why you think that. Let me know, definitely. Give this video a huge awesome like, and if you haven't already subscribed for, well, that might be it. I don't know. Maybe more on the Wii U. I don't know. probably, but a ton on the Switch coming up, definitely. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.